Hi guys, that's me, of course, Robbie Cookers from EnglishHarmony.com, and welcome to my video blog. And this is video episode number 2432, which is untrue. I'm just messing with you guys. Of course, I haven't made that many videos, but as a matter of fact, there are YouTube channels who've posted thousands of videos, and I follow a few channels like that. And needless to say, I admire people who can motivate themselves enough to publish 2 or 3 videos a day. But for me, it's mission impossible because I have a whole lot more activities that I have to get involved on a daily basis. Assisting my customers, responding to emails, creating articles, and video production obviously is just part of my online activities in relation to the English Harmony business. But anyway, let's stop beating around the bush, which I'm very guilty of because I do that the whole time. If you've been following my videos, you'll notice how easy it is for me to get sidetracked, and then I just go astray from the original thought, so to speak, and I end up talking completely something different, right? So today's video is a response to a comment I get on a video called Speaking English is Like Fighting. I published the video a few days ago. It's got some good comments, and this guy is called Sombai. I don't know whether that's his true name or a pseudonym, or anyway, I really appreciate your comment. Thank you, my friend, and I'm gonna read it out. Hi there, I've been following you for a long time. Thanks a lot, and your comment really made my day because I love getting comments and emails like that from people saying that they've been following me and that my advice helps them. That's what else could I want that makes the whole thing worthwhile, you know? And then he tells me that he hates to see that I haven't got much better viewership. It's a shame, but I'm happy with what I have. Each of my videos gets good hundreds of views, and I'm happy with that anyway, you know. And then he goes on to ask a question. The video in question was about comparing spoken English performance with fighting, and the whole point was, in real fights, nothing happens perfectly. Nothing is smooth. You have to improvise, and you don't have to be afraid of getting punched in the face if you want to win the fight. The same goes with spoken English performance. If you want to enjoy the conversation for real, you don't have to be afraid of making mistakes, saying things wrong, because only that way you can actually speak correctly and speak fluently, you know? It's ironic, but that's a fact. That happens in real life. And then this guy asked me a question: if I speak at the same speed in the real fights, meaning conversations, as I do in my videos. The reason I ask this question is because he finds himself speaking too fast the whole time. And he writes, because I find myself to be speaking at the far too fast speed, I can't afford it. And it's just uncontrollably too hard for me to slow down. And I can completely relate to you. I've been in the same boat. And it's actually one of the reasons why foreigners like us find themselves constantly getting stuck for words in the middle of a sentence and not knowing what to say, because they're trying to speak too fast. They're trying to match up with native English speakers. And it's the most obvious when you speak with a native English speaker and he speaks fast, and then you kind of subconsciously want to match his speech in terms of speed, pronunciation, and other aspects in vocabulary used in the conversation, right? And then you just end up not being able to say anything at all, because the faster you speak, the bigger the chance that your brain will just stop racing. And the question is, do I speak in real life conversations the same way I do in front of a camera? I would say yes, because I'm managing my fluency the whole time. I'm managing my speech. Even though I've achieved English fluency, by all means and standards, I would say that I am a fluent English speaker. I'm not a native like English speaker. I still speak with a smaller or bigger accent, and the means of expression I'm using are not the exact same, and I'm not perfect, but the whole point is you don't have to be perfect, because if you aim for perfection, then you just shoot yourself in the foot and the fluency goes out the window. So basically, by not being perfect is the only way forward. That's the whole point, right? But where was I going with this? You see, this is my biggest fault, because I keep getting so many thoughts swarming in my head, and I just keep getting sidetracked the whole time. What was I getting at? Yeah, I was getting at this, right? I'm managing my fluency the whole time. I know for a fact that even though I've achieved fluency, I just can't stop working at it. I have to be working with myself the whole time. But I don't perceive it as a chore. I'm just aware of the way I speak, and don't get me wrong, I'm not ideal. Sometimes I do have the urge to speak too fast and match up with a native English speaker, but I constantly manage that. And the moment I feel myself in the danger zone, in the red, when I feel that I am speaking too fast or I am overdoing my pronunciation, I do quite the opposite. I employ all those fluency management techniques and strategies I've been blogging about so much during the last years, right? So basically, if I find myself speaking too fast, I slow down. If I find myself speaking with an accent that is kind of making my words blend together and makes my speech too muffled, I purposefully put on my foreign hard accent, and I try to pronounce certain sounds very distinctly to kind of they act as anchor sounds to help me to pronounce the words clearly, slowly, steadily, and they kind of stabilize my speech. And if you're interested in all these management strategies, you definitely may want to check out this article. I'm going to find it out now. Let's head over to my blog. So, anger management, there's another article, and English fluency monitoring and management, there it is. And you may want to check out this link, englishharmony.com/English-fluency-management, and you can read what I have to say in relation to this whole thing, and you can read into all those techniques and strategies and start using them in your own conversations. So basically the answer is yes, I'm speaking the same way in real life as I do in my videos. However, having said all that, I still encounter certain issues at specific times, and then I employ all these fluency management strategies and techniques. And if you think that it's wrong that somebody who's achieved total fluency wouldn't have to even think about the way he or she speaks, it's probably the case with someone else, but in my particular situation, and in situation of that of my customers, plenty of them, we all, I suppose the common denominator is we've all learned the English language the traditional way. We've all had this writing syndrome in our brains, and that basically means that we will never probably be able to speak without monitoring our fluency, our speech. It will probably happen at some stage, maybe when I'm 50 or 60 years of age. Maybe then the fluency is going to open up completely and I'll just find myself speaking just like native English speaker. Or maybe you will. And I wouldn't be too surprised if that would happen indeed, but for the time being, I still have to manage my fluency, and you have to do the same thing if you're serious about your fluency improvement. So basically the answer is, you see, this is what some people hate about my videos. I've been receiving comments saying you just keep talking the same thing again, and your videos are too long, and who wants to watch such long videos? I could have probably said the same thing in a 1 minute long video. Yes, I speak the same way. I don't speak too fast. And at the same time, I manage my fluency by constantly watching out for any warning signs that might lead into serious fluency issues, whereby I just get stuck for words and don't know what to say and start hesitating the whole time and have this racing mind, you know. I constantly watch out for the speed, and if I kind of speak too fast, I make sure I slow down. I speak in simple sentences, a few word sentences, just not to get my speech too complicated, you know what I mean? And it's all included in the article you should read, right? So I hope this clarifies the whole thing. And going back, well, this entire video was dedicated to you, my dear friends. Soon bye. And on the finishing note, I just want to comment on one more thing. You're doing much better than me. Believe me, my friend. In a couple of years' time, you might end up speaking even better than me. There's no reason why you couldn't do that. For the simple reason that, say, 4 or 5 years ago, I wouldn't be able to speak the way I speak now. You know, just because you attain fluency at some stage doesn't mean that you can't keep improving. It's quite the opposite. You keep improving the whole time for the rest of your life. So when you achieve fluency, it doesn't mean that you'll just speak at that level. I'm improving, but so are you. And you basically don't have to kind of feel bad about speaking worse than I am, because that's another cornerstone of the whole English harmony philosophy. We don't have to compare ourselves with someone else and then feel better or worse for it. We just have to be completely objective, be happy about our current level, aspire to become better, to improve our language, but don't necessarily stack it up against somebody else's and then feel bad about your inability to speak a certain way. Of course, we're all human, and the comparison is probably going to happen even without us being consciously aware of it, you know. But try to suppress that feeling, try to induce the confidence and self-esteem within yourself by telling yourself, this is it, my English is good enough, and I don't care what others think. And that's when ignorance comes into play. So there's a whole array of factors all coming together and determining whether you're a fluent English speaker or not. Basically, it all depends on your perception. It's all a matter of perception. The same person with the same speech could be the worst English speaker if he believes so. And he could be a completely fluent English speaker if he believes so. So, keep up the good work. Thanks for the great comment. And I hope you'll read the article about fluency management. And I hope that you'll heed to the advice expressed in that article. Thanks for watching. Soon bye, and thanks for watching, everybody, and see you soon again. Bye bye.